Nobody, nobody.
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue.
Hey, baby! Hey!
Nothing but
Yeah,
being
baby!
in control and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Our fighters are no longer the skies was soon a distant memory.
Oh my god! Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry,
Right smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here.
Sorry.
A bunch of planes
Sorry.
from the last war. Some of them have
Whoa,
been
whoa, whoa, whoa,
but
whoa.
most
Take
of
it
them are
easy.
just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he
Yeah, I
wanted,
understand,
no
you know.
questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own.
Please tell you now.
Now, when
I
say we,
am Jordan Palmer-Thompson.
Grandpa and his old
What's your
buddies.
name?
I cut my teeth working with those geezers.
Good.
They taught me their skills and
Good
some
to see
dirty
you
jokes.
again, my good
But
friend.
with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself.
Right? That's my friend.
I was at the airstrip doing some flight
That's right.
training when I saw it. A
You get
prototype
some
drone.
work. I like to
It
do.
wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can
wait.
with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But
Anyone
technology's
say no?
always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
Yes. I
It took
understand.
6 years
The
and 8
stories.
months to get that
Okay,
engine
okay.
running.
Okay.
It took us another year and a
I'll
half
give
after
you
that to finally get the balance of
story
the airframe
of
just
Johnny.
right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. So I flew up, straight up, through the clouds, high into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw Osia's fighters. They were tailing something, A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Should have built a return too.
Yeah.
Is everyone here? Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usha as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in a decade. As of today, the Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron in IUPF
Fuck you,
has
Myrna.
been put on high alert.
I said fuck you!
All members have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately, find the unidentified craft, then use the planes to round them up and force them to land.
Talking shit!
If the hostiles counterattack, then you will... What the hell was that?
The hell you doing?
We're under
What
attack.
the hell you doing? Don't kill her.
How's that possible? The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Hey!
Many injured.
Hey!
All
Hey!
units, take off and eliminate
Enough!
unidentified craft attacking
That's
the base.
enough! Until then,
This is not a
you're my
drill.
friends. You always be my friend. You and me.
Mage Squadron, aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Take down the horses.
Radar site still silent. Rebel, get those birds in the sky. Sitting duck. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Mage Squadron, head to runway. Golem Squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, Mage Squadron. Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and meet back. Mage 2, clear for takeoff. Your situation is tight. What's happening? It's a hell of a welcoming party. It'll be reflected
Let's
in
go.
Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird into your ASAP.
Do that. Golem Squadron and your lead men are airborne. Take off and form up with Mage 1. Mage 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
The carrier. Whoa, looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Golem 4, understood.
This is the AWAC Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Welcome. Trigger, I'm your wingman.
Yeah.
Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element. You gotta keep an eye out for enemy bombers.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy. There it is, sitting there all pretty, just waiting to be taken.
And my baby.
stay overhead. Let's go introduce ourselves.
Harbor fuel storage is intact. It's asking for another round. All escorts roll up for another attack. Point is 835.
I've got him in my sights. Watch out for the support aircraft.
Target confirmed down. Looking good at Mage 2. Mage 2, target's in range. Pair of bombers.
Stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember he's seen fairly got his feet wet.
Trigger pump engaged. Mission weapon. That's it. It's great when it's simple. Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece.
Skykeeper, this is Mage 1, over. Tally 2 bandits. Copy that. It's bomber and an escort.
Oh, their trigger, settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Welcome. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Golem, Mage, 2 new enemy groups.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify.
Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass.
UAVs. I can't tell them apart.
That's a miss. Locked on.
Harbor facilities and carriers destroyed. Mission accomplished. Let's look at this package. Reach out here for the hangars and runways.
Mage 2 bandit confirmed down.
Payload.
Enemy bomber hit, but still airborne. Finish it off. Bomber hit by a missile.
Destroy the harbor. Where the hell are our fighters? The harbor's under heavy fire.
Nickel.
One remaining.
Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this.
Well,
Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Let's move to this one.
Missile hit. To Golem and Mage, job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Good going, Mage 2. Black Commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Golem Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones?
What's the deal with all the drones?
Golem 1,
We are currently assessing the damage
First,
to the base.
like,
We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Yusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Yusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Yusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Yusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Yusians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Yusia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared.
Little girl.
Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach. And when all this was going down, flying drag racer. case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Ocean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye. I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Usian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out. And set the dogs on me.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Usian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Usia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advanced element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Oh, nuts! Okay, there's a win. You have to go to there.
Squadron, sortie ASAP. Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep. Hostile eliminated.
Radar vehicle out of there! Where are the damn interceptors?
It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun.
It's been a long time.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Protect the radar vehicle!
They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
What's the permission for the vehicle? We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now.
Locked. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radar.
2 targets remaining.
That radar was just about to go online. Push the plan forward too fast.
Don't lose again.
Allied territory.
Box 2. Trigger, there's one more to clear.
Locked on target.
Whoa, again. Come on.
Getting on rocket. Breaking.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Transport to taxi.
Lock acquired.
Where do you go again?
You're not ready for the radar vehicle. Launch pad, you're here. Redo the setup.
Ow, ow!
Hide your valuables in a way that we can understand.
The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
Missile did not connect.
Just stay away from me. I gotta stay away.
Enemy on your rear. Missile evading.
All right. This base is worth destroying. Missile hit.
I knew it. I know it hurts. let's do this. Get out of the way before you do. Okay, let's do this. Fun. Watch out! Give me some gas.
Enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now.
Oh.
Keep your mind focused.
5 targets remaining.
Enemy transport destroyed. There's more.
Be careful. You have to take him out. You have to take him out.
Target was not struck. Four targets remaining. Locked.
All transports have been destroyed.
Okay, let's do
3
it.
targets remaining.
3 targets remaining.
Enemy on your rear. Caution, hostile at the radar lock. Bandit, right on your tail. Get you now. Firing.
He's trying to kill me? Oh, you bastard. Take it down now.
Fox 2.
Going out. Come on, faster.
Golem 2, Fox 2.
Get up. No, no. The back! The back! Oh shit, the back! Get my nerve, freak. Yeah. Back him up now.
All your operations complete. Holes are free. Whenever you're ready. Almost 10 clear 16 meters. UAV is ready to launch. Away. What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys.
Oh no.
These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know
All
what IG
aircraft.
turns are,
Destroy
right?
it.
Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
It doesn't matter. He's saying the war can change in an instant, you know? Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
On target 6.
Get the
Enemy
ring.
UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Ghost Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Feels like I'm riding a roller coaster up here. I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
You're doing good. Just 2 more.
There's 2 more to go. Yeah.
Bandit is in my sights.
Not doing that. So good.
Enemy does a few moves, but that's about it. Just chase him down and pull the trigger.
I said
Clouds are
hold
screwing
still.
up the accuracy. We're behind the enemy.
I said hold still. Don't let them get.
Careful of ice formation in the
There he
clouds.
is. Don't let him.
Page 2, missile away.
I'm not.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing that's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
Too bone to stretch.
The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier, Kestrel 2, was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schaupenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons.
Spider
The
is.
enemy maintains air superiority over Schaupenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone.
Japanese night.
The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Ocean Army headed at the development
If I'm a
to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
No.
Squadron, aircraft preparations complete.
Bad. If you bad, girl. If you bad, girl. Oh my God. What am I doing with the boss today? Cinderella.
Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position. 100. Trigger, maintain your current approach. 50 meters. Altitude is too low. Climb.
Mage Squadron, this is the situation. Gollum and the other bases squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck.
Mage 1, Wilco. Mage 1 to Column 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trigger, time to show the other guys when you went wild and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick to him like glue. Don't let him out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins.
You're being locked onto.
Missile inbound, evade.
Uh-oh. Wow. Shit me, man.
Mage 2, bandit down.
I'm gonna
Excellent
get
work.
you out of my way. I'll get you out to thank for. I got you out to thank for. Trust no love. Trust no love.
Box 2.
All I promised. All I promised. Promised. All I promised, never.
Use chaff and
If I get you hard this
even if you're in an
love.
IG turn.
4 remaining.
They got me.
3 remaining.
Headed through the clouds.
Not today. Got to get back with freaks and all these things.
Mage 2, walking.
Don't get out.
Bandit is in my sights.
Whoa, you missed again. Oh God, not good. Not good. Not good, not good.
Bandit, right on your tail.
Uh-oh, boogie on the tail. Wow.
Nice kill.
1 remaining. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
I haven't even broken a sweat. Missile incoming. Evade.
What the hell?
Caution, missile!
Caution. A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft
The
stand
missiles.
by.
Oh shit! Stand up.
We'll live through this, Trigger. These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Oh god, oh god, no, 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 no. No, stay away from me, stay away from me.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the arsenal bird.
There it is, destroying the arsenal bird.
Gold Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Look out! Oh shit! Look out! Get up!
Damn. Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, this is Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron needs help. The hell are we supposed to do?
Status?
Verifying the situation.
There's too many of them. I'm surrounded.
Those damn things have gotten smarter. How many do you think are left? Go to
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh! Oh god!
This is Golem 3. Golem 2's hit. Status report.
Keep away from the site. It's too dangerous to go out there.
Shit, Golem 2, do you copy?
This is going to. Instruments still appear to be subject
Stay with your lord.
Don't let the UAV movements knock you sideways. The machine can be outsmarted.
Skeleton 3, break. Break.
Look out! Shit, look out! Look out!
Where's that report? Continue to maintain
Buggy
enemy
me!
ready.
Damn!
What's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain enemy ready.
How's that happen?
What the hell?
Down there.
All aircraft, stay alert.
Get out of there.
Stay away from them, stay away from them.
Control ground. I'm breaking it off.
Skeleton 2 lost.
Keep on incoming.
Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command is ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Running an observation. They could have earlier for us with surviving threat.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
We'll go, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and I...
It won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Base?
Returning home.
You said get back to the base.
Going for the loader.
Mage 2, visible.
No, no.
Retreating aircraft, leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe. Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you. Locked.
That's it, Trigger. Their machines don't show any mercy.
More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
Not on my watch. My status is fine. Affirmative.
This is Gargoyle 1. Completing Operation Airspace with Golem 2.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
What is that? Distance 30.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missile! Skykeeper. Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm hit. Missing 3. Twin tips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run. longer it takes, the worse our odds of getting out of here are. Machines don't get tired.
Post 2! Post 2! Damn it, I can't break away! I'm in his blind spot. He's fine. Call him and take squadron. Help us!
Get those UAVs off of France.
Lift down on the main squadron. Handle it. They'll pull through.
Get your asses out.
Got one in my sights.
Box 2.
Call for Box 2.
H2, UAV down.
The main squadron still have their hot shots. Then we just might make it out. Don't look back. Just have
Say
faith.
no more.
Call the main we don't
Could that be?
Located.
Blood.
Lieutenant. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
Not good. Brody, break off.
H2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
Short-range aircraft. We'll look to take it to the inside. Main squadron, get those things off my ass.
Tied up now. Trigger, can you help him?
Now,
Main squadron, you're going toe-to-toe with the UAVs. Good work.
the very last future.
Right for death form.
Last
Hurry up.
journey.
I know. All we can do is fly away as fast as we can.
Nicely done.
Down. Back.
Radar lock fired.
It was the fight. No hero. No hero.
UAV down.
No. No
This is getting a little tight. Good job, H2. We want as many guys out here as
I
possible.
need to know the way of my
Bring you
life.
around.
Gold 2, what's your
Good.
status? Status
There were
report.
missions of investigation. There were the mission of
Gold 2,
investigation.
get a hold of
It
yourself.
was
Gold
raising.
2, get away from the enemy.
H2, support! Somebody! Support!
Enemy down.
Stop it! Burn!
Column 2, lost.
No!
Skykeeper, where's the one that got Brody?
I'm afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry.
Stop it!
All UAVs have been splashed.
I said what I had to say. About what? Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem squadron, main squadron, withdraw.
Last journey.
H2, we have you on radar. You are cleared for approach. Runway is clear. H2, you are cleared for landing.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel II was sunk during the attack on Farbanti. Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.
rooms. Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body.
The heroes of the
But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing a stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Aruja's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Aruja lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? Because someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osia, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osia was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osia down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Aruja, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
Whiskey. $1 million.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator.
Don't matter.
Osia's former president, Mr. Harling. Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Erusian forces. However, According to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, our reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Salatapura, so we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The lone pilot will head up this strategy as you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
Aircraft preparations complete. Sortie ASAP.
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence. We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
If you're spotted, the mission is over. Stay out of enemy radar. Use of weaponry is also strictly forbidden. Okay, you're heading up the Harling rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you. Good luck.
Pull up.
Okay, let's be careful. Stay out of this. Yeah, I understand.
Pull up.
Awesome. Trying to castle. That's why you can't play. You can't go like that. After the go? Sit down. Okay, stay close, man. Ready to be done for the new day. Ready to do this? Next, the life. The last life. Like that.
Trigger, you're a third of the way to the rendezvous point. Good job, but stay focused.
Good. Stay focused. Don't you so bad. Stay away from the moon. Okay. Now listen up. Stay away from the moon.
Situation normal. Not excited.
stand.
Trigger, you got two directions you can take up here. Just go with your gut. Don't worry. I'll watch it.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Oh. If I wasn't there for you. It wasn't there for me.
You're making good progress, Trigger. You're currently halfway to your rendezvous point. Look, I'm not gonna lie. It's just gonna be you and your radar out there. Just know, you got a bunch of people pulling for you.
No problem.
And I'm one of them.
If I was
No change. RTV, going home.
your love is you.
Order and increased alert. Confirm the situation. Situation normal. Nothing here.
If I can hold it so, what do you need to
You're 3 points away.
know?
Been a long fight, but you're nearly home.
Somewhere belongs
Harling is still the president in my eyes.
to know.
He ended the war, built the space elevator, and launched a spaceship from it. Despite his success, he remained a humble hero.
No. Uh-oh.
I'll do my best to save him. Lend me a hand, Trigger.
Out of sight. That's it. Keep it out of sight. Got it. Go, 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 go.
Rendezvous point dead ahead. Hang in there.
Hang in there. Uh-oh. Get back. Get back. Not that one.
Are we under attack? No change.
I'll stay around. Merry dreams.
Situation report. Something's happening. Nothing to report here. Everything's quiet.
Don't lose your sight. To my belong alone.
Careful of ice formation in the clouds.
Light. That isn't. No.
Titan Watch. Status report. How can anything slip to our anti-air radar net? Increasing alert.
Trigger, the first stage of the mission is clear. Don't celebrate yet. The real fight's about to get started. Radio silence is now lifted. The auxiliary craft will be arriving shortly. Destroy the anti-air around the space elevator. We're securing Sea Goblin's landing zone. Fox 2, Fox 2.
Back up, back up, back up.
Page 2, target destroyed. Missile inbound, missile inbound!
Boom.
Target down, nicely done. Page 2, target down.
Stay close.
Half of the SAM sites are down.
Trigger, sorry about the wait. Cavalry's here. Pelham Squadron. Trigger jumped through the fire. Now it's our turn.
Oh, John. John. Stay in the look. Come on, stay alert.
All
Stay alert.
aircraft, eliminate the enemy before they can respond. Half of the anti-air guns down.
Ow. Ow.
Sea Goblin will arrive shortly. Eliminate
Ow.
hostile anti-air before then. All SAM sites down. There are still AA guns. Destroy them and secure the LZ.
Let's go.
Seagull, we arrived. Do we have a clear LZ?
Mission still in progress. Stand by. Mage 2. Rescue team can't land until anti-air weapons are down. Destroy them. All anti-air guns destroyed. The landing zone is secure. Sea Goblin, you are cleared to land.
Roger. Run in plain sight. We're almost there.
Multiple bandits over Selatapura Harbor. They're container-launched UAVs.
Team over here. Coming up to meet our two VIPs.
Rescue craft heading up.
The rescue.
Rescue craft on the ground is defenseless. Golem and Mage, destroy all hostiles.
This time we're going to save the world.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
Sea Goblin, heading over to the Express's location now. Run for the container!
Careful, the enemy has a lock.
Oh, God.
Target is in range of guns.
Gotta stay alert.
Ambush! Fire from the far shore! They're targeting us! Get behind the chopper!
UAVs approaching the space elevator. Stop them.
Mom? Okay, I'm coming. Now please go away, Mom. The middle of the dark world. Okay, let's go. Back to
all enemy UAVs.
Move it.
Don't let up.
Attack fire!
Stop
Gear
this.
is still hold position! We're cut off!
It's getting away. Fire.
Taking fire!
Fire.
We're pinned
Down.
down! Shoot back!
Shoot it all.
Express identified! Behind the gantry crane! Mr. Harley, stay right there! Jacob's been hit! Incoming rocket!
Sea Goblin, all survivors, respond. Is Mr. Harling alive? That's about half.
Stay away from me.
Up the rest.
Everybody
They
stay
got the
alert.
chopper and Sierra too! That was so bad!
I can raise a new fire. Again, a girl's love you. It's what I need. Stay away from them. Everybody stay on the side.
This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I am with President Hurley. Rescue unit down. Along with the soldier who has this radio. Let's get Mr. Hurley out of here.
Sir, we feel the same way. We'll figure something out.
Stop me.
UAV converted.
fire.
His engines are on.
I heard you were in the Air Force, Colonel. Can you fly?
Better than Mr. Horowitz.
It'll do. One remaining.
One remaining?
All squadrons be advised. The call sign is Mother Goose 1. I've sent the information via the data link.
Mother Goose 1? That's the best you've ever done.
Oh, God. No.
Hang in there.
Missed again.
Oh yeah, all mine.
All UAVs have been splashed. All aircraft. Former President Harling's transport is ready to take off. Mother Goose 1, take off. Let's wait till we're home safe. Main Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support. 5 minutes remaining.
5 minutes remaining.
Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220.
Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenal Bird.
The big bird is coming, huh?
Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Gollum, intercept the UAVs.
Golem 1 will kill. That last battle taught me a lot about those a-holes. Golem 2, don't stray off on me. Always maintain element. Wilco, forming up.
Roger. Sending UAVs in the transport. Orders are to fire warnings. Yes, sir. He's an old-timer. Has no clue how UAVs are used.
Mother Goose 1, UAV on your tail. Take evasive action.
I hear you. But this isn't exactly a fight.
What we lose on a win.
Understood.
The
I
way
noticed
I
orders on its way. Strategic AI chose liberty over
I know.
Courses have already changed.
Enemies locked.
When you they saw
Gargoyle 3 to mount. Double Roger.
I know the life Let's get this work. Progress.
Gargoyle did their job.
But why weren't we informed?
The IUN can't coordinate between branches as usual.
Gargoyle Squadron, report.
Let me know.
Roger, maintain air superiority. I'm in his blind spot. He's fine. Mother Goose 1 hit.
Mother Goose 1 has been hit. Colonel Johnson, respond. Main Squadron, assess the situation.
This is Major 1. I have Mother Goose 1 in my sight. Cabin's fine, but the cockpit's not looking so good.
Colonel Johnson, are you okay?
Just send help this way. I'm sorry. Get Mr. Harley.
Mother Goose 1, respond. Mother Goose 1,
Giving your heart.
Should we continue providing cover for Mother Goose 1? Of course.
Giving your heart. Giving your heart. Giving your heart.
Mother Goose 1 is turning. What's going on? They're heading to the space elevator.
Out of this way.
It's flying at a steady altitude. Who's in control?
It's not the Colonel. Mr. Harling's the only one on board. Mother Goose 1, respond! Mr. Harling, please respond.
We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused.
Mr. Harling, we are not giving up on you.
Of course.
The UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1.
Let's go, Trigger.
Take him down now, Mage Squadron. 1 minute remaining. Mother Goose 1, turn 180 degrees and exit combat airspace. Mother Goose 1, Mr. Harlan, you piloting that plane? The UAVs are continuing their attack.
You're obsessed with that transport.
The operation to rescue former President Harling has failed. Sadly, there is no hope he survived. Trigger, you are suspected of assassinating the former president. There will be an inquiry. There will most probably be a court-martial.